Hi, it's David here with Futures Trading. Good morning to each and every one of you. I hope you're having a wonderful day or are about to have a good day. So, I want to make sure that you can find everything. So, we're going to cover a lot of stuff. We're going to cover the daily, we're going to cover the hourly, we're going to go into the 1 minute. Got a few charts we're going to look at, and I'm going to show you some free stuff that you can obtain here. I'm going to make sure that you're able to obtain it. If you're new to the channel, I have a lot of information here trying to offer you some stuff that can get your trading where you want it to go. One of the fellow professionals wanted me to do a series, and I had just did the hour. I did the hour, but then I thought about I'm not beyond a request, so I gave 3 sessions here. So you can go and take a look at that information. You can start here, and then if you're a more seasoned trader, you can go ahead and just go with session three, and that should wrap everything up. But I tried to do this one to kind of smooth out some of the back and forth here. Like there's a lot of drawings here, so I tried to come in here and just kind of give you what that was, but just kind of explain it from trend distance based on trend. All right, so definitely that's some information for you. And again, it's a real time identification process. We'll do a little bit of that as well because we got some news. And so we're going to do that. The must watch list. So this is timeless content. Everything on the channel that I teach you is universal. So that means it's applicable to all cases. So it's always applicable no matter what time frame, what market, and it's timeless because it's been going on long before, I took notice of it clearly. It's been on the chart the whole time and it will continue to be on the chart. So it's not that I'm someone special delivering this information, I can assure you. It's the chart doing it, and we just need to listen to what the chart is telling us to do. That's all it is. So no one can realistically take credit for what the market is doing. I want to say that outright. I don't care who you're listening to. The person that really deserves the credit is the one that can listen to the market and implement what it is that it's telling you to do. That's the person that needs to be acknowledged, really. So if you're willing to do that, willing to look at the chart and acknowledge what it is that it's telling you, and do it, I take my hat off to you and I celebrate you. All right. Now, I am an educator and I would like for you to acknowledge that. But for the most part, yes, the market is responsible for your success. And that's how it works. Now, there are some other videos here for you. I'm not going to have all these links below. So hopefully you'll come to the channel and just click on these. But I will have these links below the video and a couple of others I'm going to need you to take a look at. Let's get into some of this information really quickly here. Professional. So being a professional has nothing to do with a whole bunch of money and fancy cars and all of that stuff. That's not it. All right. So it's stated right here what a professional is. And that's all it is. And there's an ethical side to it. All right. So it encompasses the personal and corporate standards of behavior expected of professionals. Here's the etiquette, the customary code of polite behavior in society or among members of a particular profession or group. And that's why I say I'm always looking for fellow professionals because it's all about the members of the profession itself. Now, ethics. I really want us to take a look at this. That's all. I'm not going to read it. I just want you to know it's here. And it's mainly for an individual that has brought himself to the space. And I want to address you so that way anybody else that come here, I want y'all emotional and as well as your IQ, both IQs. I want them both to come up and I want to help you. So here's a place where you can start because you're ignorant and ignorance is offensive. And I want to make sure that you're no longer in that posture. I want to make sure you'll get away from being ignorant because ignorance is offensive. I promise you it is. So much so I'm gonna prove it. So most of the people that have joined my channel, again, out of 288 subscribers at the time where I posted this, I could only get seven to nine likes, and trust me, it was more or less than that. All right. So and that's what I've been dealing with. But right after me like putting that up, I had of course an ICT minion that want to stop by and say in some way that I'm a wannabe. I want to assure you that's not the case. All right. And I'm gonna prove it to you today. I'm not that guy. I promise you I'm not. And so I asked him, could he please, if you don't find the content useful, just leave. And again, I want to do this so if anybody else is, of course, interested in ICT information, he has a channel. All you would have to do is just look it up. Just go to his stuff. Don't waste your time here because I don't cover his information. I really don't. I cover mine, stuff that I know. Now, this is what makes you ignorant because you actually subscribe to my channel and you're still here. So if you don't like what I'm covering, leave. It's just that simple. And so let's go take a look back at here. Let's go look at the channel. So this is for anyone else that's coming on board. I want you to help somebody else. I want you to help somebody else because fate brought you here. I don't buy any subscribers, likes, views, anything of the sort. I don't. I promise you, I don't. I don't want deception to be my base. I'm because that is what's going to grow. And so it's all about caring. I want a community of caring professionals because remember, we want to come back to etiquette. I want members that's in the same profession to be polite. And clearly that individual, don't meet the standard. So please leave. Now, if you're not going to do this, if you're not going to help me help others, not me, help somebody else. That's all. Care about somebody else because someone cared to get you here. Please don't subscribe. Right now, if you're watching this video and you don't have no intentions on helping someone else, just leave. And unsubscribe. Please unsubscribe if you don't intend to help. Now I know it's since the 2 weeks, about 2 weeks ago, I had a surge. And let me go here and show you this, and then we're gonna move on. I had a surge in the subscriptions here. So people have subscribed. There's about 50 people that came on board about 3 weeks ago. And since then, the likes have come up just a bit. And just a bit. It's come up a bit. And I thank you guys that have came on board. I know it's like 50 of you. You really made a difference by coming here. There's at least, I want to say, out of the 50 that joined, there's about four of you that will like the video. Not always consistent, but there's about four of you that would take the time to like the video. Let's make sure that we're practicing the proper etiquette. It's all about just being polite. That's all. To people that's in your profession, particularly, is what I'm talking about right now. Because we're all trying to trade. Well, I'm not trying, but you can try if you want to. I'm going to get it done. And the reason why I'm saying that to you is because this is a place. I want to say that before I discuss this word with you. This is a place where there's no sectioning off when it comes to skill level. None whatsoever. And so I'm trying to do my best to bring your sophistication up so you'll be able to interact with this market based on the rest of the professionals that's here. So no soon you come into this space, there's no beginner, novice, there's no section intermediate, there's none of that. The moment you get you an account and you start placing trades, you're interacting with professionals. And so I don't want you to fall victim to what it is that's happening because poverty is a business. I have you know that. You can take a look around America and you can see that. Any infrastructure that, of course, in some way benefits from people's complaints, people's, I guess, situations, it's a business. Court systems, all that stuff, it's a business. I don't want people to get rich off of your ignorance, of you not knowing. This is a place full of professionals. I promise you. There's no sectioning off. Hey, you go over here with the intermediates. You go over here with the beginners, and all of us professionals. We're going to handle our business over here, and we won't bother you guys. That's not it. So I want to make sure that you understand that and I'm doing my best to deliver content that's actionable, stuff that you can go immediately to the chart after you watch my videos and immediately see, yep, it's been there the whole time. And now I need to just listen to the market and do exactly what the market is telling me to do. So that way you can kind of bring yourself again up to the level of what's here. There's a lot of people here and of course institutions as well, that's capable of moving these markets. We can't move them. We cannot move these markets. So we need to make sure that we attach ourselves to the function of the market so that way we're able to benefit. So I just want to say that to you. All right. Now, I go over this quite a bit because it's important. The mentor aspect, I'm going to mentor you enough just so you can watch what unfolds in the chart. And then once you get that, let the market do the rest. All right. So advice and helps, gives help and advice. If I give you advice that's not helping you, I cannot mentor you. And to be quite honest, because I'm telling you to look for what the market is telling you, if you won't listen to me and take the information that I'm telling you, you're not going to listen to the market because that's all I'm referring to. I'm telling you that the market is saying this, and I'm doing my best to give it to you in all different ways, illustrations, real time, I'm doing all of that. If you won't listen to me, I guarantee you're going to have a hard time listening to that market. I'm pretty certain of that. But should you find a channel, because again, I don't want you here if you can't be professional, if you can't exercise a level of politeness, fairness. I don't want you to be here. All right. So I want you to find the space that you need to be in. If I'm giving you advice and it won't help you, please find someone, if not me, that can do what it is that you're requiring. Okay. So I want you to be able to find that for yourself. Majority rule. This is what we're looking for in the chart, and I'm gonna show you many examples of what majority is. We're gonna take the time. We're gonna comb through these charts from the daily down to the hourly and the 1 minute. We're gonna look through all of these different charts, and I want you to be able to see the majority rule. Why? Because it's the principle that the group which has the most supporters get to decide the rules that all, including any minority, opposing minority, will be compelled to abide by. So they're forced, there's no compromise there. Okay, so they're forced to follow along. All right, so now let me get this out your way. This is what I teach people to do. Read charts. Read charts like literature. All right, so no matter whether you're reading a news article, a book, whatever it is that you're reading, any kind of information, from the title to the last remarks, the author will always make available to you what the book is all about. Almost every chapter going to have in it some reference that the book is about this. It won't start out talking about this and then it changes and start talking about something else, and you never hear what the title was about again until what, the last page. No, that's not how it works, and the charts don't do that either. So we have just reference points, open, high, low, and close, and that's what's there. It's just like the alphabet, 26 letters, but we speak over 7,000 words a day. You just need to get the meaning. Really important. Just get the meaning. So when you look at the chart, even though it's open, high, low, and close, and they got a lot of bars on the chart, I want you to just find majority. It's one principle, not a lot of rules. Okay. Want to make sure that you understand that. There's reiteration on the chart. That's why I'm telling you it's really, really important that you understand. It's repeating the same thing. So it's all about the reiteration on the chart. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like. The intention is the trend. I'm gonna show you that as well. The cause and effect side of that, that's the distance that it will absolutely go. And of course, it offers you difference. That's the other part. It offers you difference, and we're going to talk about that as well. So I want you to know all this information. This is what majority looks like in the chart. Absolutely, absolutely. This is what it looks like. We want to see the run, the price run itself. Half of this run needs to clear this high. Okay, if you're going up, they will absolutely come back under here more often than not. That's how it works. So try not to be here. Try not to be here. Kind of be back here a little bit. All right. So and that's why I gave you this over here. Try not to be try not to be up here. Don't be up here trying to buy this from here. Try not to. Try to be under it because this is a result of what just took place. They couldn't get price down because if they could have, it would have went down. It didn't want to do that. And vice versa, just flip it on its head, and that's what you have. I am going to show you an example of this. I'm going to show you an example of this because this is a trend. Okay. This is a trend. That's trend distance. And sometimes you get a little pullback in there, or they'll just go straight and then you get trend distance, trend distance. It's really simple. Now, this is the daily. I got some information on this chart, and I'm going to make sure I leave the links below to each one of these examples. So, right here, this is what I said back in. I kept saying May in some of the other videos, but it's actually August. Do forgive me on that. Like a professional trading long term, you can find that on the channel. I'm gonna have the links to all of these examples below. All right, I said they can get up to the 18.5, 19.5, and down to the 14.5. Here's 14.5 right here. They turn the corner. Now let's talk about what's down here at this bottom. The universal price action pattern, the universal pattern that utilizes majority, comes in before the popular terminology known as the FVG. So the fair value gap, the stuff that's popular online. So that universal price action pattern, remember, is applicable to all cases. It showed up here. Okay. There's a level on this bar and there's an NC here because the bar here, the mid of this bar, that little black hash mark on the bar got above this bar's high. The moment that happened, the moment it happened, excuse me, the NC and the level popped up. So within these two bars right here, there's no gap, none whatsoever. This is what I'm teaching, the simplicity of the market. That's what I want to teach it to you. Here it is. The mid above that high, the level comes in, no close shows up on this bar. Now, remember I told you don't don't be here because they'll come under it. Now, in this scenario, they just came down really close to it. So let's get this low. And I'm gonna show you another example of the increase in lows. I'm gonna show you another example of that. Low 512.75. All right, so 512.75. They came in to test that bottom before taking off. 513.50. So they came really, really close and then skyrocketed. Your gap would have came in right about here. Now, if you're looking at the gap on this side, maybe you wouldn't even took that trade, and that's why I'm not teaching anything remotely close to what he teaches. All right, that's his way of teaching information, and I don't blame him for his minions. I don't. They have a mind of their own to come to other people's channel and harass us. And again, I don't do any regurgitation of any information online. The terminology that I use is according to what it is that's indicative of what you're seeing. Majority. I don't have fancy words. I don't have a lot of rhetoric for you. I promise you, I don't. I want to talk about what the chart is actually presenting to us. I don't talk about nothing else. I promise you that. Well, I talk about subjects, but I don't reference the chart based on blocks, and I don't do that. That's not it. It's really simple. This stuff has been going on long before I or even him, and I've been trading this method. There wasn't even an ICT around. Okay, that's how old I am, people. This information is just that old. It's simple. It's just people do not look in the chart and try to find the simplicity. They're too busy listening to people instead of listening to the market. I don't want you to be listening to me. Just for right now, if you're a beginner, I want you to hear me. But after that, I want you to make sure that you're paying attention to the market. What is the market telling you? That's the only way you're going to find out what the market is going to do. You can't find that out listening to YouTubers. I'm not one. I'm not a YouTuber. I promise you that. I'm a professional, and I promise you I'm a trader and an educator in both essence of the word. I do that. I am not a YouTuber. Okay. I want to make sure that you understand. That's why the content is different. The minute that you go to implement this information, you're going to see a drastic difference in your trading. That's important because you're listening to the market. I want to make sure that you understand that. That's the reason why you'll see the difference. Lows, these lows are increasing. Here's an example of it here. Okay, so if you were trying to grab it before it got to the 14.5, we don't know that this is going to happen. Only thing that you can do is assume that yes, there's a chance that it's going to show up. That's all. So when I said 14.5, you could start it right here and see what happens. Let's grab this low. 795.75. Let's get this low. 798.75. So they came in really, really close to bully you and then pushed up again. This is what I want to tell you, and I've been saying it on the channel. The mid of all reversals is important. This mid right here, they close beneath it. That's a problem. So that's another detail I want you to hold on to. They close beneath this mid. This can cause a problem. All right, just be careful. It's not to say it can't work. It can just cause a problem. All right, so they leaned in, they pushed up, and they just didn't want to go any higher. That's okay, but this is an attempt because I don't want you to think I just cherry picked this. That's why I'm looking at this one as well because you could assume that they wouldn't get here and let's try to take this long from here. I don't think you would have wanted to do it here when you see. Now again, I gave that 14.5 on this bar. You can go in that video and you'll absolutely see I gave that 14.5 when this bar was trading this bar. So you should have known we're going to attempt to move lower. You should have known we wasn't even nowhere close. We wasn't. All right. So that's important. I want you to understand that. And the trend had just got set too. One, two, three, four, five, six, and there's seven. So they hadn't made the trend distance down yet. So you got to make sure that they reach a little further down to that target. Now let's talk about what's happening up here to the upside. Here's another thing I want to tell you about this bottom. If you go back and watch any of the videos that I did, even when it was up here, referencing the open of this bar right here, you can go back and just go back and watch the video. Here go all of those wicks. I talked about that too. There's a lot of videos. I didn't want to grab every last one of them, but I was giving downside targets the whole way on the way down. Once it got here, I started giving upside targets. I no longer gave downside targets. I gave upside targets. Go back in the video and you'll absolutely see just that. And so I gave targets to the upside on the way here. Now, this is the majority. What we're looking for is this run right here. And I even told you that the majority of this run that they would need to accelerate to get the majority of this run is, and go back in the videos, above this high. And they did it. Okay, it did. I told them that they would need to accelerate and go ahead and push up so we can get the majority above it. And they did it. So even if they manage to get back down here, which I doubt they will, I'm gonna tell you right now, I believe wholeheartedly that they're going to the 18.5, 19.5. I don't think they're coming back down here no time soon. I really don't. But I want to just tell you they'll end up beneath here. Remember, you don't want to be here per se. It's what's happening below it that's the issue. So they shouldn't be here. So hopefully if you've been following me for any time, you've already got in it and you were able to get it to go on its way. So that's the majority here. I showed you the majority down here. So I showed you it between two bars, and now we're broadening its reach, if you will, between runs. So we're doing both. We're doing it based on two bars. New trader, I want you to understand this. We're going to look at this more intently on the 1 minute chart. This is the two bar effect. This is the actual price run itself, all using this one word, majority. Majority. It's a really important word. Let me make sure I put it in front of you just one more time. Please bear with me. I hope you don't mind. Majority is the principle. This is a fundamental truth. It's really important that we understand that the group which has the most supporters get to decide the rules that all, including any opposing minority, will be compelled to abide by. Okay, so I want you to understand I'm using fundamental truths. It does not change. It's like gravity. You can be 700 pounds, 70 pounds. Guess what? Gravity is still going to function, and there's absolutely nothing you can do to change its effect. Majority is doing the same thing to these charts. Now, I also on this bar, and that video link will be included below so you can familiarize yourself. I know I got a lot of new traders here, and you have no idea what I've been doing over the past 8 months. I want to just give you some information so you can kind of get caught up as to the skill level that you're dealing with here. Again, I told you that this space has professionals in it. So we're not playing games with this. We're not trying to trade. That's not how this works. You have to be very, very serious when you want to make your trades work. You have to be serious because they are. So I called the short down and I said this in the video. I said, can price close above 17,250 today? That was the 17,250. We were on this bar. If not, price will move back towards the center of the scale, and it did. All right, now that was on this bar. I got one like for that, and I gave targets. And down here, I only got 3 likes for telling you that it would move down to the 14.5, but it's headed back up to the 18.5, 19.5. I just want you to understand what I'm dealing with. Now, of course, the 50 people that just joined, I know I got about 3 of you that's committed to hitting the like button. Now, remember, I was only getting about 7 people off and on, 7 people willing to hit the like button. Well, since the 50 people, 10 of you actually liked the last video, which is, of course, commendable. I thank you for being, fellow professionals that practice the etiquette at least that time. I want you to keep doing that because even though you may already know the material, remember it's all about helping someone else. We want to get them to help because fate is the only thing that's getting the channel to grow. I'm not going to waste any money on subscribers. That's crazy because the content that I'm delivering is priceless. And so that's a poor financial decision if I would spend something, that has, I don't know, value on something that's invaluable. Don't trust anything that I say because I'm making poor financial decisions if I were to do that. I'm not going to buy any subscribers. So all the efforts that essentially I'm trying to put in informing you, and I want you to put the effort in to equally match that to say, hey, I support what he's saying, no matter whether or not I already know the content. Please just go ahead and help someone. That's what it's about. Just help someone. Get the information a little further than your screen. I want you to do that. Do that. Care about a stranger. That's important. Please make sure that you do that. Really important. I said it's posed for a decline, maybe for a couple of days if they don't get up today. And it was on this red bar right here. They was trading there. Now, I'm gonna tell you what made me say this anyway. I'm gonna tell you what made me say this. And of course, there's other reasons, you can catch turns, but this is pretty simple. I think this one is too, to be quite honest with you. If you see if you see the mid of this bar not able to remember majority, if you see that this mid won't clear this high, there's a good chance they're gonna start rotating. Here, same thing. Now this one was a little bit interesting because the bar was fairly small. This is small, so they could have at least got up to the 250 if they really was serious. Okay, if they was serious, and they wasn't able to do that, and that's why I said today. Today in both of these videos, I'm saying today. Now I'm not just doing intraday stuff. This is me showing you that even from a swing trade perspective, I can find tops and bottoms. It's not complicated if you utilize the information that I'm telling you. If you see those mids overlapping, you may be in a situation where the majority is leaving, is vacating. It's not there anymore. Please don't complicate this. You don't need a lot of oscillators. You don't need all of that stuff. Utilize the principle, the thing that makes it all work. That's my point to you today. Please utilize that. All right, now let's take a look at some free information. So now I will be providing you the free templates that have the statics on it. So this is the statics. All right. So you got clusters, which is the gray lines, and then you have the target. And in a couple videos ago, I showed you that on the right hard right edge, I don't look at these numbers per se. I just look at it from 0 to 10, 0 to 10, and the five is in the middle. Well, that's the determining factor. That's the target. The 550. That's the place that I'm shooting for. The mid of the chart, the mid of the numbers itself. Because that's all it is. It's 0 to 10 repeated. So I don't care how big the numbers get. They still using 0 to 10, and you can multiply them however many times you want. That's what you got, and that's how I interpret it. So that's all I'm looking for, the target. Now you can go from the clusters, and I'll scroll through the chart. This is an hourly chart, so I'm gonna try to give you what it looks like on the hourly. Then I'm gonna show you the ranges. And I got about 100 days in this, so well, I thought it was enough days to scroll through. Let me add just a couple more days to this, and then I'm gonna show you the ranges, and then we're gonna move over into the 1 minute. We're gonna move right into that 1 minute. And I want to again make sure that I'm very apparent to you, that it becomes very apparent to you that I don't teach anything remotely close to ICT content. I don't. And so if you're into his information, again, he has a channel. I would not be offended if you go learn from him or anyone else. I celebrate the fact that you want to learn. That's good. That's good. Please go learn. Just don't join this community and be offensive. Try not to do that. All right. So here's the ranges. This is the 12:15 Eastern, okay, 145. All right, so that's the gray one. And then we got 6:15 to 7:45. That's the blue one. They're trying to run away from that now, and they're trying to pull into here. And again, this is the hourly. This is that spike. And I'm gonna just scroll through this and just allow you to see. Now, this is the hourly, and I want you to see the consistency of how we wick out in these areas, and then that's when you get the big runs. All right, so let me just kind of scroll through this just a little bit here. Let me give you just a quick view of what these ranges are worth. All right. Now I've done my homework over the years, and so everything that I offer you is, of course, it's repeatable, and it's going to keep working and always work. All right, it's really important because that's what I do. I look for information that's reiteration. So when I look at the chart, I'm looking for information that I can exploit over and over and over again. All right, so that's that information there. And again, you can get the ranges, you can get the statics if you're a NinjaTrader 8 user. You can get definitely get those templates. If you are a platform user of a different source, that's why I put the information down below. Just jot it down, begin to look at your charts and navigate it that way there. All right, now let me give you the rest of this content here. Now, remember I told you about the three lows? Well, you got the three highs too. It's kind of the same thing that was on the daily. It was kind of like this. Okay, that's the three lows. Okay, now here's the three highs. Now I'm not staying on this chart. We're going to another chart, but I wanted to show you this indicator here, and it'll plot it for me, so I don't have to always do it. So, and again, I do provide my indicator suite up until May. Only till May you get the free templates and my indicator suite and templates for $100 if you want it. You don't now you get the free templates just free, but I am not going to be giving you free templates past May. I won't. I'm not going to be checking my email every day after May. I'm not. It's like going to my mailbox every day. I'm not doing it. So up until May, you can have the free content. Up until May, you can actually have my indicator suite for $100, and there's loads of information in there, loads, and you can pretty much ask anybody that's not already bought it, that's kind enough to share their experience with my tools, and they'll tell you it's not what you think. It's not what you think. I'm looking for principles in the chart. All right, I just want to make sure that I tell you that. Now, a whole lot of H's and L's. Just want you to see what that looks like. That's all. So when you go to look through the chart and you're looking for this, okay, now you can actually exploit this information here. So if you see two running away, and three, if it's going to be what you want to see, it run up the board. And just make sure three don't come past two. So you don't have to wait till all three is there. Although I suggest you try to, because sometimes they can play with you. But when they're chopping, take notice of it. Even when they're chopping, just take notice of it. You can play it a certain way. That's all. So even when they're doing that back and forth, you can exploit that whole diagram here. You can exploit this information even in that back and forth when they're playing games with you. Here, you probably wouldn't have done that well. They kind of got right past you. Okay, so that one wouldn't have worked. This one, yeah, you had these three right here, and then they gave you a green bar and they pushed a little bit higher. So you making scalp stuff like this and chop. So that's why I'm showing you this too. So when the market is doing doing what it does, it slows down. Still look for this type of information. There was one right here. It's just I'm telling it not to plot it everywhere, just more so until the other one come in. That's all. So there was three right here, a small push, and then they leaned right back into that, and then they gave you more. So just be careful and start looking for information like that. Again, it's all about trying to arm you with actionable information. I want to arm you with actionable information. Like here, unless they plan to turn around, they can definitely get through this. Why? Because it's not this. It's not this. See, they blew it. It's just that simple. I want to make sure that you're able to pull up the chart and immediately find your way. Immediately know, hey, there's a chance that this is going to happen and I need to get in front of it. All right. So it's not waiting until the bar close. I'm gonna go and read this hard right edge for a little while because it's almost 8:30. I wanted to do this right around the news for you too. So it's 8:25 here. The bar timer, the bar time, the clock and the bar value, all of that is down here. So you can see that the bar timer is here right next to the bar, but the time is here, so you can keep track of that. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do want to make sure that you understand what it is that I'm promoting. Now, there are some targets that they are going to get to. There's some targets. I drew some zones in here for you, but they're definitely headed there. I wanted to do this a little earlier, but there's some targets. So when they go to head back up, I'm gonna give you some targets to the upside. 707. I think that was the highest one I gave you. And then I'm sorry, 16, 760 and a quarter. I don't know if they'll get that far, but we'll see. But the reason what made me pick these zones, let me go and tell you the zone aspect of it because I want to show you majority in the chart. Okay. And then we're going to bring it in closer and we're going to talk about majority from a whole nother aspect. All right. So now let's do this. I want to give you a lot of information really fast. I want to try to do it in the next 4 minutes. All right. So now let me go back here and take a look at the okay. So these areas right here is that diagram. Let me pull that diagram in view and then you'll totally understand what it is that I'm promoting. I promote the same thing. Remember, we just want the run, mid of the run to get above the pivot. That's it. That's all I'm doing. It's just that simple. All right. So wherever you see this orange line, I'm just measuring that run away from the pivot and then the box go here because they can come above here and then turn around. All right. It's just that simple. Here's that gap. And as you can tell, they, rotate it back down. Same instance right here. They go above here, just don't break that. And then, of course, they gave you a little bit more as they got close to it. They moved down, but then eventually they did break. See, they moved down first and then they came back up and they broke it. They turned around and failed. Why? Because they're not getting to that other one. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know there's reasons why I'm picking certain boxes because there's some stuff that happens sometimes, and I can't tell you what it is that makes me say that one is not going to work, and I need this one back here. All right, and you'll definitely learn how to do it. Just keep applying it your way. See there's that box right there. They got really close, and then they turned around. Apply it the way by which you think it should work. Just keep doing that, and then you'll get a feel for which ones make more sense and which ones don't. All right, so that's the no close level. They can absolutely go beneath that. All right. So you don't want to be there. That's the one that they can remove. You want to be now. Here's the thing. Let me compress this so you can see it. Let me compress this so you can see it. All right. So they got near. Did they get near that one there? Yeah. So they got near this one here. They got near this one here. Let me go back. We got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes. Then we're gonna go read the real time. All right. So remember this over here? Well, that's that box there. All right. So they went under there. Okay. They went right under that area there. They just didn't. It's kind of like that one from above. They just didn't make it all the way to this one. All right. Then, of course, I drew the box, here for this right here. And I believe that's where they're on their way to currently. All right. So let's go back here because we got like a minute and some change. All right. So, yes, this is the area that they're on their way to currently. All right. Now, Now, let's widen out the bars because I'm about to read this to you for a little while. All right, so let's make this a little bit bigger. I want to give you actionable information. Remember, this is a field full of professionals. Okay, every time you go to trade, you're not trading with a bunch of intermediate traders, beginner traders, although they're present, but they are not the ones that matter. Remember, the rule majority means the others, the opposing minority have to follow. They're compelled to. So I don't care about traders that don't have money when they're trading. I'm actually looking for them. And I want to teach you to look for them too. I don't care about that when I'm trading. If you don't, and this is the thing, if you don't have enough money to move the chart, I don't care. If you cannot get this thing to go this way or that way, I promise you, I care nothing about where you're placing your orders. Don't mean nothing to me. I'm trying to find the guys that can do it and then ride what it is that they're doing. That's all. So one, two, three, four, five. That is six, and here is seven. So that is a trend down. They're in a downtrend. And let's see what they have off the bottom. And you have to make sure that they're all higher or lower than the prior. One, two, three, four, five. They maybe get ready to turn back around. All right. So this is a no close level here, and they're hitting it. All right. So that's 8:30. Maybe they're going to go back up there. Let's see. Let's see. That's one, two, three, four, five. This is six. Yeah, so yeah, they might pull this off. So that's six. So yeah, so they're about to do the trend back up. So they may be headed back up there. Let's see. That's six. I'm gonna get in front of this real quick. Let's get in front of it. Let's see. Can we go ahead and give seven? Seven will be about right here. So they'll close somewhere up here. I believe they're gonna go up. All right, so let's do this. Just giving you a rough estimation as to what I think may get ready to happen. All right. Now I can be totally wrong. They can turn around, just come right back down. Remember, I'm trying to listen to them. Okay. The people that's moving the market. I don't care what I really don't care what's going on to the left. I don't. I only went through all of that so you can see the example of majority in the chart. That's all. Want to make sure that I show you the majority in the chart in various different ways. All right. So what's making for me to say they should get the close up here is the size of this bar. That's all it is. The size of this bar is a trend, and the trend distance of this bar, give or take, would land them right here with the next bar close if they decide to run up even higher. Okay. That's if they decide to run up even higher. Now, if they don't, well, guess what? They'll just rotate back down in the bar, and that's fine too. But if this one decides to continue that process, I can assure you they should wind up here. I know the time is somewhat ticking out. I don't think they're going to make it there in 30 seconds, given that they're taking their time like this. So you may get a close. Let's go get about 26 seconds. So right about there. If they decide to close higher. If not, I'm gonna move it because they're pulled down, and you may still end up with something to this effect. All right, so you may still end up with something to this effect, and that'll put them right about, yeah. So they still can probably do this if they want to come right back up. So I may not be totally wrong about this. Let's see. So we got six. Let's see can we get that seventh one. Don't go down too much further because then I'm gonna have to adjust this. Now, if they turn around, they only have six. All right, so that's one, two, three, four, five. This is six. That's not seven. That's not an uptrend. All right, that's not. So if they turn around and come back down, yeah, see, here they go. Now this will be the center. Let me do the center because is this my center? Yeah, I just forgot to change the color here. So let me change the color for you guys. And again, I hope you find this information useful because I'm going to be taking a brief break from all of this. I got to preserve my mental and emotional state. And again, it's all about transactional and transformational. And I refuse to allow the public to transform me into something don't want to be. All right. So I just want to make sure that I say that to you. I'm going to take me a little break. So I'm going to try to give you guys just some information really quickly here in this video. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I had some other things happening and I just couldn't do it. But here it is today. Here it is today. Now, this is the no close level. All right. So this wick here, if they're planning to go up, we don't want them to break this. I'm gonna tell you right now, we don't want them to break it because that can cause a major problem. And that would put them back into this high. But if they break it, that's a problem. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, that's a problem. That is an absolute problem. All right, so if you're trying, let's see if they'll close under that level. Yeah, they're breaking that wick. That's not fun. All right, so let's do it. Let's do it. I think they might have just hoodwinked everybody. All right, so now Volatility. So let's change this because let's do it this way. Maybe they'll still do it. Maybe they'll still do it. I'll leave it there. Maybe they'll still do it. I'm gonna still leave it there. Hold on. Let's go. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna do it that way. Now. So the mid, we're gonna adjust the mid because they're coming in too low, and even if they made it back up there, I don't think the close will be that much higher. So we'll adjust it right here. We still have this no close bar here, even though they triggered those hard stops. That is a no close bar. I don't like that they did that. I don't. I don't. I really don't. Now let's get the center of our trend from up above. Let's do that as well. Matter of fact, let me get the arrow first. We're going to dive into those bars. Let me sort out this back and forth really quickly and what's happening. Let me sort it out. I thought I had that projection for them to go ahead and do it, but they only got the 6 and then they stopped. All right. So we're trying to get 7 if they're really committed. We really are. So let's see. And I think they're pretty close to getting that done. It's just the behavior isn't favorable. The top of this wick, they can do this to the downside if they do not break the high of this wick. So if they don't break the high of this wick, expect that distance back this way, and that'll put them back down this area here. However, the distance of this wick off the low, they've already made that distance up. Because remember, this wick here is a trend back to that close. Once you get to the close, that's the distance that you should expect back to the upside. And they'd already done that. I forgot to tell you that why it was happening, but I have you know that that's how it works. And that's why I didn't want them to break this wick, because if they were to go up, the distance of this wick, you would shoot for that back to the upside, and that would have put them up here. So let me get the center of this downtrend. Let me just do this. If they break that pivot, you already know they're going up. And let me tell you how far they're going. Let me hurry up and go and tell you that. Because I already know that's what's going to happen if they do it. So they're going to do something to this effect, to the upside. So off the mid of the trend, the center of the trend, let's say about right there, because they pulled down. That would absolutely put them through this high. All right, so that would put them roughly here. So you can expect that if they're to move up. All right, so that will put them there. And then from there, they can go up some more. You would just keep repeating that process, essentially, is what I'm telling you. So you would just keep repeating the process. Now, new trader, I'm going to tell you how to get in it. I stated it in the last video how to do it, and I'll state it here. It's really simple. It's not complicated at all. Let me do it this way. Let me make this green so you'll know it. When there's the mid, is above the high, you go for the distance of the bar that's behind it. All right, so we'll do that. The mid is rising above the high. You may get a reaction. I don't know, but we'll see. But you go for the distance of this bar right here. When that mid get above the high, new trader, the mid is above the high. You go for the distance of that bar. So that should put them right into the center here. That should put them right there. All right. So you would have made off better here. I'm gonna be honest. You would have made off better here when this mid rose above this bar's high, because your stop has to be here for that target. So you can get this target. It's just your stop would have to be here. All right. So it's not to say that that wouldn't work. I just would have preferred you to have this one, new trader. I'm sorry. I was doing some other stuff. With the mid getting above this high, you have your stop right there. Kind of just what I just told you. Stop be right here. When the mid get above this bar's high, you go for this distance and you would have absolutely made it. All right. It's really simple. Now let's see, can you make it on this one? Let's see, can you make it? Let's see, can you make it? Now, the diagram that I was showing you guys earlier, here it is. The rising lows. All right, so the rising lows. Okay. So when when these two finish, and I'm telling you, the more the more experienced trader, this wick right here, the size of this wick, let's measure it just to give you an example why the new trader is still waiting for his target to get hit. The size of this wick, the moment that that red bar closed, you go for that distance and that distance alone. Just go ahead and hurry up and grab that. Don't worry about how much further it can go. Just hurry up and grab that and then get out of the way. It's just that simple. So you take the trend. This is a trend. It's just not happening on the time frame that you're looking at. So you'll be able to trade the fractal side of this if you understand majority. So this is what you would have went for and you would have got that target hit. New trader, I got you in a little too late. I mean, it's still going to work, but I would have preferred you, new trader, to have taken this trade here with this mid above this high. Okay, and that's all we're looking for. We're looking for a majority. I only have one rule for you people while it's trending up. There's not a lot of specifications. That's not professional trading. This is just a one rule type thing. All right, one principle. Remember, that's the principle, majority. It has nothing to do with anything else. And here's the other part. Now, the more advanced trader that can move a little bit, move a little size. This distance right here is all for you. So the moment you see that turn around, you're going for this, and you're adding into this move. Okay, so as they're coming into it, you're building your position and you're adding into it, expecting this to happen. Now that trend wasn't locked in, it wasn't. But again, if you're that if you're that trader that can do that, if you're that trader, now I'm not encouraging you to do this. I'm just telling you this is another way of trading. It's another way of trading. Now, for the trader that can't do it in that magnitude, again, just scale back your size just a little bit or switch contracts. Go to the micro. It's okay. Go to the micro. As it's coming down, your stop here and then build your position and trade outwardly to that target. Same thing that's happening all the time. Now we're getting the mid inside of this bar. They can do a little rotation if they like. Remember, we want the mid to get above. Now, if you're still wanting to go for that distance, new trader, when this bar right here, when it closed and this mid got above that bar's high, it happened significantly closer to this high. You would have been out of the trade net positive yet again. So you would have definitely won yet again. You would have got another trade to work for you. Okay. So that would have been two. That would have been two. So let me put that there as well. So you would have got that distance even inside this bar, let's say give or take right there. You'd have been out of the trade with yet another winning trade. Really simple. All right. So let's see if we can hurry up and get there. Now, again, there's one rule. I want to say this to you, new trader. There's only one rule. That's all that's offered on this channel. I don't have anything else for anybody else. I promise you. That's all I got. So if you want to be a part of this community, I ask that you please help someone because I bring about the same information every time I shoot a video. The only enjoyment you can, because if you're sensational or like a person that deals with sensation, then you like that, oh, you like that sensory stuff. If you like that, I may not appeal to you as much unless I'm reading the hard right edge to you, because I don't sensationalize trading. So if you're a sensory driven individual that you just want to be, emotionally stimulated, this channel may not be the best fit for you, because this is all about logic, what's logical, what's reasonable. Okay, so I really want you to understand that I'm not here trying to stimulate you emotionally. I don't have no fancy thumbnails for you. I don't have no fancy intros. We pull up the chart. The thumbnail is of the chart that we went over. So you have to evaluate how you want to spend your time, because time is an allotted portion at your disposal suitable for a purpose. So I do not want you to be here if it's not meaningful. Please unsubscribe. Please leave. Do not join the channel. It will be a bad fit for you. Want to make sure that express that to you. I don't want you to waste your time. Really, I don't. I don't want you to waste your time. There's a reaction up here, clearly. This is not a trend. This is not a trend, so it can still turn around. It can still turn around. I know they're coming down here. We got participation bars back here. This is the real participation. The real participation. That's what's happening back here. So let's see what the response will be. It's up here as well. It is. So let's see what the response will be. Let's see. This is a no close level. They're at the center of the chart. That is the other dynamic to the scale. All right. Now remember that I always talk about the scale. New trader, I talk about the scale because the center of the scale is important. Then you divide the lower half of the scale. I am the pioneer professional of this method. You have never seen anyone take the chart and pick it apart, such as myself. You take the upper part of the scale and you divide that in half as well, give or take. I may be off just a little bit here, people. Give or take the upper part of the scale, the lower part of the scale, and the center of the scale. Okay, when they get to the center of the scale, that's the just like the center of the trend. That's a point by which they can, do that and take off again. All right. So we just don't want them back beneath the lower part of the scale, give or take. We don't want them back down here. Now, I do have a chart template for that, and you can have that as well. I do provide that for free. You can have that as well if you're a NinjaTrader 8 user. I just don't have it on this chart. So you can have the chart scale to it or divide the chart in half for you. So you don't have to do it. And so you don't have to have the ranges, the statics. You can just use the chart scale if you like, because the chart scale in itself offers you levels by which the market would have to turn. And so you don't have to look left always. You really don't. Because if the market is going to turn, I want you to be logical about this. Please be logical. This bezel right here, this box that this price activity is sitting in, the market cannot turn without you visually seeing it. So you're going to absolutely know when it's going to turn. And so reading the what's to the left is not always necessary, although it should you. Should you, I want you to use this principle right here and go find majority. All right, and that's the only thing that I require. If you're going to look left, please do not forget the very fundamental truth about the chart, that it's majority that controls the minority. I want to make sure that you understand that. It's the majority that's controlling the minority. So when you look at this scale, please, people, please use the bezel and understand that if they exceed the mid of the chart by too much, you may find yourself in a bit of a conundrum. It's not to say that it can't turn back around. It definitely can, but you have to wait until they're ready to get involved. More advanced trader. Let's see if we can get the wick. Yes, so we're getting the wick. More advanced trader. I need you to go for just this distance right here on that bar's close and see, can we get back up there to the back of. Come on now, I thought the bar was going to close. We got 5 more seconds. This may not. This is not the best. I thought they can do that a little bit better than that, but we'll still go for it. So still go for it. We're looking for exit right here at the top of at the top here at 342 and a quarter. Please, let's hit it and see, can we get the mid above, and then the new trader, I want you to be able to take profits out of this trade as well. Once that mid clears the high of that bar. All right, so there you go. So the advanced trader, you're out of the trade. They hit that target. All right, so they absolutely hit it. I'll move it to the side just so you can see. They hit it. You're out of the trade. You're absolutely out of the trade. New trader, there's nothing there for you as of yet. There's nothing there. The mid is not clearing the high. Let's see if it can do it before 19 seconds tick out here. All right, so new trader, I want you to take the same trade and go for that distance. New trader, I need you to do the same exact thing. And again, you can do what I'm telling the advanced trader to do, but this is the simplest way of going about it. New trader, I want you to do, let's say the mid got up about right there. So, new trader, you just hit your target. You're out of the trade. Hard right edge. I read the hard right edge. I don't need no box, no gap. I don't need any of that, and neither should you. I don't want you to come to this marketplace thinking that you're going to get anything to work with a bunch of hindsight stuff. Wait for the market to come back this way, then you take no. I want you to go with these guys while they're going in the direction that they're headed in. Do not step in front of this market just assuming that they're going to turn around based on some some pre-analysis. Don't do that. Try not to do that, people. Please read what's happening when they get there. When they get there, you can still follow whatever methodology that's out there, whatever trading strategy you want, your RSIs, your MACD, whatever you want to use. I just want to make sure that you understand the principle of majority. It's a fundamental principle, and it's not going to stop being relative no matter what you're putting on your chart. Your chart, it's going to keep functioning this way, and that is probably the reason why you'll take some losses if you disregard it. So you want to make sure that you're adhering to what it is that the market is suggesting at all times. So do not ignore the market. Don't just say, "Hey, this guy on YouTube told me to buy this area because it's a order block or something." Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. This guy told me that the MACD, when it crosses this, this is when I need to get in it. Don't do that. I don't want you to do that. Stop paying for subscriptions. I want to make sure that you get your independence. If you are paying for subscriptions of any sort, I don't even care if it's a prop firm. I want to let you know these guys are training your mind to be afraid of trading. And that's how you keep losing your account, because they're training your thoughts on being afraid of leverage. You don't have to be afraid once you understand what's happening. I promise you, don't, you can stop being afraid of blowing out. That's not going to be the problem if you understand the principle of majority. You'll intently look in the chart and find just that. I want to make sure that you understand that codependency, anything that has have you paying a subscription, I want you to kind of get away from that as soon as possible. Some of you have to use the prop firms. That's totally fine, but don't allow the threshold, the trailing drawdown. Don't let that stuff get in your head while you're trading. I want you to look for majority. I want you to look for majority, blow out on your own terms. Yes, you might have to refund it again. That's fine. Do it again. Just do it again. But I promise you, if you keep doing this, You can tell the prop firms goodbye. You don't need them, and you'll be on to whatever it is that you want to do with your account. Okay. And it's really simple. Subscriptions. I don't want you to keep paying revolving expenses. The whole point of you wanting to be a trader is to have independence. You want to be free. Let me help you do that. Let me help you get free. You do not have to keep you do not have to keep paying for stuff. That's not how that works. You're already paying the market when you get stopped out. Stop paying somebody else. Stop paying somebody. Remember, I told you poverty is a business. The chart is indicative of that as well. Everybody that come to this trading space isn't well off. I can promise you that. There's people coming to this trading space that wants to have just a little bit more or just to get away from what it is that they're already doing. Please listen to me. Please listen to me, people. I'm doing the best that I can to help you. I want to make sure that you can see the chart very objectively. It's important that you understand this. This content that's on this channel, timeless. Timeless. You ought to be able to pull up any chart because in order to be a chartist, all you need is the chart. It's in the word itself. You want to be a chartist? You want to read charts? I don't care what chart you put in front of me. I can read it and you're going to be able to do the same thing. No matter what chart you're looking at, you're going to read it based on majority. Based on majority. And all you need is to make sure you got a directional move and then go get that one function. Just we just need this midpoint to get above this bar's high. Breaking the high is not enough. I don't care about you just broke the high. That's not enough. I promise you it's not enough. You go and chase that. Go and chase, hey, you broke the high. And now I'm gonna get in it. Okay. Unless the majority do it, you're gonna find you're gonna end up with some losing trades, and I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. Here, matter of fact, here's one right here. I'm just now seeing it. Here's one right here. They broke the high of this bar. Okay, they broke the high of it. Guess what? They came right back under it and knocked it out. I don't want you to just take trades based on them breaking highs. Okay, it's bigger than that. I promise you, it's bigger than that. If you want to succeed, here's one right here. They broke the high, and that's even my pattern. It broke the high, and they still came back and knocked it out. So, am I telling you that even what I'm teaching you won't fail? Oh, absolutely. You'll catch a loser or two, but I'm trying to give you ways to filter out how to do it. So when you see your setup happen, try to hurry up and get just that bar. Don't try to just stay in it the whole way through. You don't have to do that. Just try to get that distance, if you will. And that way you're out of the trade just in the likelihood, or take some off the table just in the likelihood that it don't want to work. We already knew it was in the upper part, well, in the upper part of the scale, just coming down to the center for the test. There's your participation bars. They hit it, and then they gave the advanced trader an opportunity. This one didn't work. They closed up here. So if you wanted to go off the wick here, I don't want to cherry pick anything. I want to show you what it really is. If you would have took the wick here back to this open, you could have got the distance of that wick, just that simple. Now here, it definitely wouldn't have worked. So the wick here, all the way back to the close, that wouldn't have worked. They came right down and got you. So you would have had one winner here, one loser here, and then you would have been getting back your loss from this move right here. So it's really simple. Here's another trade event. I thought they was going to do it. I thought they're doing it from above, but I wanted to see them do it from below. Let's see if this one, let's see, we got 16 seconds. Let's see if it can come off its low. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, okay. Advanced trader, this may be you. They did it from above. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Advanced trader. We got 7 seconds. We got five. Come on, come on, come on, come on. They got it from above. So hopefully, okay. Come. I hate when they do that. Okay, that's what we're going for, advanced trader. Hard stop here. If you're scalping, hard stop here. You do not give them more. Don't give these guys more. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. They're doing the one from above. They're doing the one from above. You're still on this. That's all. It's just that simple. All right. So we definitely would have took that loss. You have to understand that this stuff is fluid. That's all. And you have to. I wouldn't tell you to go down. Even though they're honoring this, don't go down. Don't do that. It's an uptrend. Don't go down. Don't do that. Stick with the direction and stick with the rules. This is a no close level. They may want to run it and then turn back around. Let's see. Let's see if they want to run it. Let's see if they may want to run it. That's fine. Let's see if they'll run it and see what they do after they do that. Let's see. So the advanced trader, you just took a loss here, so that wouldn't have worked. Let me just leave that there because that wouldn't have worked out for you. That wouldn't have worked. Let me just put that right there so we always know that that didn't work. So that didn't work. So we're gonna leave that there. That didn't work out for us. Let's see if they'll get through this. Let's see if they'll get through this. Let's see. Let's see. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Oh, let me do this too. Let me do this too. I'm seeing this too. All right, so this one here, this mid got above this high. You supposed to have went for this distance. Let me measure this and put project that forward. And I believe you definitely would have lost on this one. Yeah, because it didn't make it all the way. You still could have took majority of that move, but it didn't go all the way. So we're gonna leave that there and say it didn't make it. All right. So we're gonna do that too. So advanced trader, you got a loss here. New trader, you would have definitely got a loss here because they couldn't get all the way to that distance. All right, they couldn't get there. So we're gonna mark that one as a loss as well. Advanced trader, one loss. Beginner trader, one loss. Yeah, no, again, I mean that was close. I'm gonna be honest, that was close. That was close. So it just depends on if you're taking 20 ticks, 30 ticks. But I prefer you just to go with the size of the bar. That's all. And so I'm gonna call that a loss. You can take however many ticks you like. I'm gonna tell you, you can take. I just want you to be consistent. You can repeat it over and over and over again, so you don't have to be committed to just holding it and holding it and holding it. Now, if you're interested in shorts, I will show you this. I'm gonna show you this. I'm not gonna put the markers on the chart, but this right here, if you're interested in just shorting, let's say you want to just go down, okay, that's where they're going. It's just that simple. So if you don't want to just go with the 7 to the upside, I'm showing you right now how you can pull that off. This is a trend down, center of that trend down. Just go for that distance. Make it simple for yourself. All right. So, but I'm not telling you to go down. That's why I'm not talking about that. All right. So you may have a move here coming. May have moved now. No, that's not gonna get above there. Now, it's not to say it's not gonna turn around. No, so many other patterns I do. That's why I told you about the center of the scale. Yeah, there's some other stuff that you could just go with. You could just go with the center of the scale. Now, let's see, my new trader. Let's see. Let's see, can we get that mid above this high, and then we will be going for this distance. The moment that that mid clears that high, new trader, your stop will be behind that bar right there. Come on, get the mid up there. No, see, they're not doing it. So that's not there yet. I'm gonna read this to you for another. I want to try to read it to you until they get to that target up there. So bear with me. I know this video gonna be a tad bit longer, but it's gonna be for good use because I'm not gonna be here for a bit. Not. Gonna take me a little break. Now, advanced trader, that's your move here. They already went the distance of it. I hate when this thing is so small. I hate that. New trader, new trader. No, that's you too. Hold on, new trader. Advanced trader, you already got that target here. I'll put it there in just a moment. So new trader, you're in here. You're expecting that target here. Advanced trader, you got that same distance of this wick. Okay, you got that same distance of this wick to the upside inside of the same bar. Okay, so inside the same bar. No soon it begin to move away from the open of this bar, you would have had that target. So you would have got some of your money back here, give or take. Yeah, yeah, take because it ain't the size of that quite. It's close, but not quite. So let's say you'd have got the bulk of the loss here back. You would have got that back. New trader, you are still working on yours. So we got another setup for you, new trader. Another setup for you right here. The mid is above that high. So new trader, I think you're almost back at where you need to be. I know you took that loss there. Let's see, can we get you there right there, new trader? Let's see, can we get you right there? And of course, new trader stop is back here, even though this is a no close bar. If you want to attempt it without them coming back into this pivot, you are aiming for here with the stop here. So there's a stop, and of course the stop was there. So I got the indicator in the activity because I can't draw all of that stuff. People, bear with me. I can't do all of that. I gave you a lot of plain charts in the videos down there in the sessions. I'll put that in front of you real quick. Remember, we're looking for that majority rule. All right, so if you want to see the plain chart effect with no indicators in it, that's what these 3 sessions is all about. And I gave you a whole hour of that activity. So you can go pick that apart if you want. New trader, they're causing us a bit of difficulty. They pull it right back into our downtrend on this side that caused that decline. So let's see if they're going to run this. Let's see. Or will they come right back up off that low and not hit that stop? They're being difficult. Okay, advanced trader, you got another one. Advanced trader, you got it. Hold on. Let's see. You got 5 seconds. I don't like the way they. Nah, I don't really like this one, advanced trader. You can still. Oh no, no, it can. It can. It can. They coming back up. That's pretty. That's pretty good. Let's see if you can get this to work, advanced trader. We don't want you to get that low broken. If they break that low, advanced trader, we get ready to take another loss. Yeah, they may trigger this one. Yep, we took a loss on that one, Advanced Trader. So you wind up getting back right back. You gave back what you just got from them. Okay, okay. Now, new trader, you may be getting ready to run into a problem. Now, at this point, we got to start counting. If they come past here, we got to start counting. We really have to count. This is a no close level as well, though. Okay, but new trader, remember you got in with your and you moved your stop up to here. You got to keep in mind you already did one trade from here and got net positive, and then you went for another one. Okay, you went for another one, and they may try to trigger your stop here, which I believe that's exactly what they're going to do. But we're going to have to start counting. We're going to have to start counting people. I'm more concerned. That's why I'm not going to say advanced trader take that. I'm too concerned for the new trader. And I don't think that that's going to pan out. So let's just count a little bit. If they don't plan on knocking out this trend, they can wind up definitely back through here. So let's go one, two, three. That's four, five, and that's six. Yeah, this is not fun. This is not fun. This is not fun. This is not fun. So wherever you see that there was no candle movement into that area, those are losses. I just want you to see it. Okay. So there was no candle here. Got close. Got close. You can pause the video, rewind and go back. Got this one didn't even get close at all. And this one didn't work either. So these three right here is problematic. Now, the new trader, again, this is how it works. You have to be very patient. You do. You have to just take your time and you have to wait for them. You can't just get into this stuff. You have to wait. And so your trades may not come as frequent. It may not. You only see, a few green bars on the board. And then, of course you get, the big runs from the green bars. You had some green bars here and you had big run from it. Let me slide this over so you can see that. There was a trade here for you. There was. So you are going to get the larger runs when you participate with them. That's why they're participation bars. When you participate with these guys, you should get larger runs. So it's worth it. I just want you, if you're starting out new trader, I really just want you to go for that bar, that first one. Just go for that for right now. When you become better at reading it, yes, go for more. Stay in it until they don't come back. Hopefully, this is the scenario right here. Hopefully. We got 9 more seconds. We need that mid to clear that high. That's not happening. And so those that's looking for the short, you can just apply what I'm saying in the opposite sense. So you would just go with the wick here down and then aim for that down. They ran it, so that's not going to work. All right, just want to let you know you can go down too if you want. The market is not that. It's fluid. So you can go in any direction you want. I just ask that you make sense. Please make sense. Go with the majority. Use your chart scale. That's really important. Okay, you don't want to you don't want to have a high burn rate. You don't want to keep taking trades a bunch of different directions. You want to make sure that you unless you're scalping, yeah, you can definitely pull that off. But if you're just trading directional, I can assure you you'll do fine by the end of the day, even with a loss or two on your side. You'll do fine. You'll do fine. All right, it's just that simple. Just that simple. New trader, we cannot get this mid above this high. So we're still just we're not there yet. But we only have six down. We don't have up there we go. There we go, new trader, new trader, new trader. This is you. This is you right here. This is you. You're going for that distance. So new trader, new trader. Come on, new trader. We got another one. We got another one, new trader. Let's see, can we get this one to work for us this time? All right. So you out of that one there. Now let's see, can we get this one to work for you, new trader? Let's see, can we get this one to work? So you already got your money back from this loss here, new trader. You got your money back. And it looked like you got just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Your stop would have to be here. It would have to be here. Now, this is a no close level that they're banging their head up against, new trader. Keep that in mind. Wherever you're seeing this NC, this is a trend down as well. So this is important. This is important. Still take the trade. Just take the trade because we can't say that it won't blow this. We can't say that it won't. It absolutely can. Stop right here. Still take the trade and aim for that. It's just that simple. Center of the scale. They didn't get beneath it. I want to make sure that you understand that I am the pioneer professional of this method. I use my chart scale. Everything that they provide me, I absolutely will use it. I use what they give me before I go start adding on more information because all indicators is more information. You don't need all of that if you can't make sense of the information that they're providing. It's really important that you understand that. They're giving us a little problem, new trader. Hopefully they won't do the thing that they just did before. Hopefully that's not the case. This is a no close level. We don't want to see them close under this bar. You can take out the the trend distance, but don't take out my trend. That's important. All right. So that's really important. They're coming back down here, new trader. We may be running into a problem where we're going back to break even. We're going back to break even. This is insane. Let's see if it can come back off that low. New trader, I'm sorry that you're having to deal with this. Again, you're following the market. It's not me. You're following the market. You're just doing what the market's telling. Okay, okay, advanced trader. This may be you. Let's see if they can come off that low. I will have to go in just a moment, people. I am sorry that I can't stay on here much longer. I gotta get to work. I gotta get some other things done. There's a couple errands I need to run as well. Gotta do a little work and I gotta get some stuff done. So let's see what happens in the next let's give it about another 6 minutes. So let's go to 9:10. And then from there you can gauge what the rest of the day did. All right. So yeah, so no close up here. All right, no close up here. Here's the trend down, and they're about to give us our 7 bar. If they give us our 7 bar, I'm just gonna go. All right, so it's been really great to spend some time with you guys. One, two, three, okay, four, five, six, and they're seven. So that's the trend down. Unfortunately, new trader, they're trying to make their way down. It's not to say they can't get back up. All right, so that's what I want to do. Just want to give you some information that you can begin to leverage. I want you to be able to exploit this content, and I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.